Motivation is a lie. Have you ever felt like motivation is just fake? Like one day you're pumped, ready to take on the world, and the next day you can't even get out of bed? How many times have you watched a motivational video, felt super inspired, told yourself, this time I'm going to change, and then nothing? It hypes you up and makes you feel like you're about to change your life, but then nothing happens. And the worst part? You think it's your fault? Yeah, same, and that's because motivation is a scam. Motivation was never meant to last. And if you keep relying on it, you're never going to get anywhere. Here's the truth about motivation that no one tells you. And what actually works instead? The dark side of motivation. Motivation is like a sugar rush. It feels great and gives you a boost. You start picturing this new you who wakes up at 5 a.m., grinds nonstop, and becomes ultra successful. But then you crash. You've probably experienced this before. You watch an intense motivational video, get inspired, and maybe even start something. A week later, you're back to scrolling, feeling guilty for not following through. It's not because you're lazy. Yeah, that's motivation fooling you. The biggest problem? It tricks your brain into thinking you've achieved something when you haven't. It's the same with studying, business, or self-improvement. You get excited about the idea of progress, but excitement doesn't build habits. Think about it. If motivation actually worked, every New Year's resolution would succeed. But we all know what happens. Everyone is pumped in January. New gym memberships, new goals. This year I'm going to change my life. By February, 90% have quit. March, it's a ghost town. Why? Because they relied on motivation instead of a system. Motivation is temporary, systems last. We've been trained to believe that if we just feel inspired enough, if we just watch the right video, read the right book, hear the right speech, then we'll suddenly become unstoppable. But real life doesn't work like that. So what does? You ever wondered how top athletes, artists, or the most successful people keep going even when they don't feel like this? This is because they don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems and habits, because motivation is emotion-based. Action is habit-based. See, motivation is based on emotions, and emotions, they change all the time. One bad day, one sleepless night, and boom, your motivation is gone. But action doesn't need emotions, it just needs consistency. If you only work when you feel like it, you'll never be consistent. And if you're not consistent, you'll never improve. Think of an athlete. They don't wake up motivated every day. They train because it's a routine, because it's automatic. Kobe Bryant didn't become one of the greatest basketball players because he was constantly motivated. He became great because he built habits that made him train whether he felt like it or not. Same with writers, CEOs, and musicians. The best ones don't wait for motivation. They create a system that forces action. Discipline is greater than motivation. So instead of waiting to feel motivated, you have to make action automatic. Here's how. Stop chasing motivation. But chases momentum. The hardest part isn't working, but it's starting. Once you start, things get easier. But getting yourself to start, that's where most people fail. And that's why people stay stuck in cycles of procrastination. They wait for that perfect moment, that burst of inspiration, but it never comes. So here's how you trick your brain into taking action without relying on motivation. Hack 1. The 5-minute rule. Tell yourself, I'll just do this for 5 minutes. 5 minutes of studying, 5 minutes of working out, 5 minutes of writing, and so forth. Most of the time, you'll keep going. The real struggle isn't doing the work, it's starting it. Your brain resists big, overwhelming tasks, but 5 minutes, that's nothing. It's easy. And once you're in motion, you'll likely keep going, because action creates motivation, not the other way around. Hack 2. The 2-day rule. Never skip a habit twice in a row. Miss a workout? Cool. Just don't miss 2. Miss a study session? No problem. Just show up tomorrow. Skipping once is human. Skipping twice is a habit forming in the wrong direction. It's not about being perfect. It's about not letting a small slip turn into a full relapse. Hack 3. Environment over willpower. Willpower runs out. Motivation fades. But your environment? That sticks. If you're trying to work but your phone is right next to you buzzing every 5 minutes, good luck. If you want to eat healthy but your fridge is full of junk food, you're setting yourself up for failure. Your surroundings influence your actions way more than you think. Change them, and your habits change automatically. And finally, hack 4. Identity shift. Stop saying, I need to work out. Start saying, I am the kind of person who works out. When you shift your identity, actions become automatic. It's not about forcing yourself anymore. It's just who you are. This is why ex-smokers who say, I don't smoke, are far more successful than those who say, I'm trying to quit. One still identifies as a smoker. The other, they've already changed who they are. Apply this to anything. Instead of saying, I need to be more productive, say, I am the kind of person who gets things done. And watch how your behavior starts to follow. Every action is a vote for the person you want to become. Motivation isn't the answer is an illusion. It won't save you. Action will. So stop waiting for that magical burst of inspiration. Stop thinking you need to feel ready before you start, even if it's small and messy. Because in the end, the difference between success and failure, it's not who wants it more. It's who actually takes action. Stop waiting. Start now. If this hits home, Watch this next. Why you can't focus and how to fix it in 6 minutes.